welcome back to my channel. For those of you that are new here, I am a first grade teacher in Central Florida. My name is Michelle. Welcome. So it is another week and I got lots of wonderful responses about my video last week. And again, I apologize that it has been such a long time since I've posted regular videos. And I was planning on doing a Nearpod video on Friday. And then I had some changes made again to my schedule, or not to my schedule, but to like my class list. So I just didn't get to all of my stuff like I wanted to. And then over the weekend, my husband and I decided we were going to do a little house hunting because we're trying to buy a house. So I just didn't get around to doing a tutorial, but hopefully this week. I had lots of great feedback on my video, so thank you very much. And I had a question about our speakers. So this speaker, these are the ones that the district put in, and this is just says studio enhancement. I don't know if that means anything to anybody, but they're probably fairly expensive. Let's see if I can find any information down here. Nope. I know we have a cue ball that they work with, the little balls. I don't have one. It's missing from this room. They haven't replaced it. But I know in my other room, I had a ball that this little speaker went into. So that's what it looks like. And I've had these speakers before with other districts and they work great. They hang out around your neck and they're pretty good. And then you can kind of lift them if you need to talk louder. I like them especially right now because with our masks, it's very hard for my students to hear me. I'm gonna set you guys down because it's lunchtime. Ooh, hopefully we don't have very many interruptions during lunch. So right now I'm working on math and I thought I would kind of go through our morning and kind of what our week looks like. So we're back to informational text this week, which my students need a lot of help with. So I'm probably gonna do a lot more than what I planned. My students have been doing some iReady testing. In December, we have to do like a growth check on their iReady. And just looking at one of the areas that a lot of my students are struggling with, it's nonfiction. So I'm gonna make myself a note to look at the nonfiction iReady stuff real quick while I'm talking. And I apologize, I'm trying to eat my lunch. I've got these little, if you're keto, these are great. These are prosciutto and wrapped around mozzarella. And I just get these from Aldi. And I can have 4 of them, which is a lot, for like 2 carbs. And then I have broccoli, raw broccoli and dip to eat. So we're doing holidays around the world. We're doing informational passages and like doing close reading. And I was trying to do it digitally, y'all, because we're trying to save paper. And I have my little friends at home. I just dropped my hair clippy. So I was trying to do it digitally and it's just not working out very well. I'm probably going to end up having to print it. I'm going to try one more time tomorrow and then I'm probably going to print it. But I like to do holidays around the world. And I like to do close reads with that. I do have some on Epic. There are a few texts that are informational that are about different countries. But they're very difficult. So it doesn't work out so well for my students to use those. And I found it was on, so if you have, and I don't even know if this is a thing anymore. What is it? It was like Clever. If you have access to Clever, they used to have the best Christmases around the world or holidays around the world books on Clever. And we don't have that anymore. I don't even know if Clever is around anymore. In my school in Arkansas that I taught at before I came here, that's what I used, those books, and they were wonderful. They were on their level. But we don't have Clever at this district. So if you have some good informational books that are holidays around the world, otherwise I just use passages and we do close reading skills. but it's still, informational text just gets them. So that's what we're doing in reading. We've started long vowels for our phonics, which they're struggling with. Almost every single one of them last week kept leaving off the E every time. They would get the other 3 sounds, which is, you know, if you tap the sounds, that's what you hear. But they would leave off that E. So we really have a lot of work to do with that. I think I'm going to do a lot of decodable sentences this week and see if that helps. And then writing, we're writing informational, so we're writing about what we're learning. Today I'm just trying to get them to copy my sentence. And math, we're doing story problems. We're doing story problems from now until the end of December. Website won't open up. I'm keeping the lights off because I always get a headache with these lights, so I like to turn them off a couple times through the day. Does anybody else do that? I don't know. Is it just me? What was I doing? Oh, I'm pulling up math. So one of my comments on my video was, can I show more math? Surely I can absolutely show more math. Now our math is written for us with slides that I don't really like. I don't want any more of that. But I don't really like the slides. So one of my teachers on our team, she writes the math for us. She does an amazing job, and she changes up some of the slides. So I'll try to show you. I'll try to show you what we got. So she's updated it with a Nearpod. I wanted to show you how to make a quick time to climb. My kids love those Nearpods, and they're great just reviews. If you need just something quick that's like 2-3 minutes, review some skills, have them practice something, and then be able to move on to your lesson. Those are great, like things to create. They're super easy. I'm going to create one for our vowels that we're doing this week. Let's see what this one is. So she created one. That's tough. Madison has 15 snowflakes. Caden has 8 snowflakes. How many fewer snowflakes does Caden have than Madison? That is a tough question for them. I don't know if we'll do that. So our story problems, let me show you for this week. I'm going to have to flip you around, and I'm going to only be able to show you a little piece, but I'll show you. Okay, so this is one of our story problems. Matt has 12 songs on his phone. Kim has 9 songs on her phone. How many fewer? And this is what gets them. How many fewer songs does Kim have? Because they're used to me saying how many more songs, but now they have to listen to how many fewer songs. So we will use manipulatives. They will line up 12. I'm going to line up 9. And then we'll talk about this. We'll use that vocabulary. We'll have this discussion, and we'll talk about how it's the extra. This is going to get them because they're not going to understand why. So we'll have to talk about that, but they're just not ready for that conversation. So then we'll do this one. We'll do that one together, and then we'll do, I'll show you the Nearpod that she created. So here's the Nearpod she created. Madison has 15, Caden has 8. How many fewer snowflakes does Caden have than Madison? I would encourage them to draw a picture here instead of doing all of this, because that's not going to help them. Same thing for that one. I don't know if I'm going to use these. I might use this one actually. Reese has 12, Tony has 16. How many fewer does Reese have? So I'll encourage them to do this, and we'll draw it. So this is one that we'll do. And then let's see what this one is. Reese has 12, Tony has 6. How many fewer sixers? So, oh, so they picked the answer on that one. So we'll draw it together and I'll select an answer. So we'll do this live participation, and I will probably skip that one. I think I can do, I think we can use 2 different colors. So like they can do blue, and I could say put 17 on the number line, and then they can use green, put 12, and then they can count the difference there. We can do it here. I don't think I would use the 10 frame. I just think that might confuse them a little bit, but the number line might be helpful for them. So we might do that live participation. But this is the first day we're doing this, so I don't know that I will go through and like have them do it and expect them to understand. And then we'll go off to groups. So let me show you what my groups have got going on today. Let me move my dip. So one of my groups is doing just a review math facts, and it's double-sided. And then the rest of my groups are doing, let me flip you back around. Y'all are gonna get like seasick watching my videos back and forth, back and forth. I just like to show y'all everything, so I apologize. So one of my groups is doing that page. And then I have a bunch of games that are going into, I'm trying to get them back into the habit of doing stack. I know I showed you guys stack, and I can't get you close up because you'll see pictures of my kids, but that's our stack board. And so each group has about 5 in it. I was having them come to the carpet, but now I've got so many kids in here. I've got them spread out. So I've got kids on the carpet, so I can't do that anymore. I can spread them out on the table, but I can't call 5 or 6 kids over to my table. I mean, I could, but they would be really close to each other. So I've only been calling 3 because I have one like way off on the side, one in the middle, and way off on the other side. So I need to actually split up my groups to where I have like 8 groups with 3 in each group, but I don't have enough stacked stuff for that. So I'm trying to like figure it out to where I can see almost all of my kids every day for stack. Y'all give me some ideas. Can you please? How are you doing like math rotations in your room? Are you seeing all of your kids every day? Or are you seeing them a couple days a week? I know our kindergarten teacher, she was explaining to me, she only sees her kids 1 extra day a week for their rotations because they only rotate once. And so she'll have them rotate to her. And then by the end of the week, she's seen them all. I don't know. I was just calling them out. So I would send them off in their stack, and then they would rotate for every 10 minutes. So they would get to like every page, they would do every game, and they would do like their boom cards, or they would do something on the tablet. And then they would rotate into me. I think I need 5 groups. I could do 5 groups and have 4 in each group, and I might have enough space over here to do that. Give me some ideas. Share with me what you're doing. Hey guys, so it is end of the day. So I thought I would kind of go through and show you some things. My boys are here. They're talking. See? Some things that we did at the end of today. We had a little extra time, and we were supposed to do finish up gingerbread stuff last week, and we just ran out of time to do everything. So I got these little Debbie cookies. They're individually wrapped, so they're COVID safe at our grocery store. And so all of my kids will get to have one of those tomorrow, and we graph like where they took a bite first. They took a bite of the head, arm, leg, that sort of thing. So we graph that, but that's what we're going to do tomorrow. Today we did an experiment. We talked about why the gingerbread man wouldn't have wanted to cross the river himself. And they did this little science experiment. This is in that packet I posted. I'll link it again. but we talked about it and then we did it. So usually I let all of my kids do it, but this year just for safety and cleanliness purposes, we did it together. So we put it in water and we watch it dissolve and we talk about what that means. And they draw a picture and they do a conclusion. Usually with like really good cookies in the past, it's always taken at least 20 minutes or so for the gingerbread man to dissolve, but those cookies dissolve super fast. So it was like an immediate, they saw it go in and they were like, oh, it sunk. And then once it sunk, it was like falling apart. So then we had lots of conversations about why the gingerbread man wouldn't have wanted to do that and what happened and that sort of thing. I thought I'd also show you something else I do with my kids. So I sent home a family traditions home project, and they bring it back next week. I cut out these little houses and I draw the thing. This is actually something I did when I taught kindergarten, but I go ahead and do it. This is my son's from when he was in kindergarten. So they do 4 things that are traditions for them. And they decorate the house. This is my son's, obviously. So that's gonna go home tomorrow for like homework. And also we measured, so we had a little extra time at the end of math today, so I gave them this page and they measured. I don't know if I have any copies of this. If you want a copy of any of this stuff, and I don't get to link it because I don't know if I can find, some of this stuff is from like the old-timey teacher created material books. So if you want it, and then we do like this measuring, just shoot me a email and I'll scan it and mail it to you. I have tutoring like now, so I've got to go, but I will check in with you around 6 o'clock. Hi friends. So it's Thursday and I am doing very bad on this filming thing. I think because I get caught up with stuff going on the week and then we have to be out of here so early on Tuesdays, and well, on every day, but on Tuesdays I don't have tutoring, so I have to be out of here by 4. By the time I get done with my duty on, so I'm gonna sit you down. By the time I get done with my duty, it feels like the whole afternoon has gone by and I don't have any time left. So I promise I'm gonna get better. This afternoon we're doing story problems in math. They've been loving, y'all, Kahoot. I don't know if you've ever used it. I will try to insert a little clip if I do a Kahoot today. I'll try to insert a little clip here. But we've also been using Nearpod's Time to Climb a lot. Today we did a long eye one and I wanted to pull up and see how they did. And it's really fun. I showed that to you last week. But we did that with long eye today, so I inserted a picture. It is so easy to create those, y'all. I did not realize how easy those were. So we did a Nearpod Time to Climb review for long eye, and then we had a long eye Nearpod that I wanted them to complete. I was just practice reading the words, circling the picture, writing the word, that sort of thing. So we did that today. And then, does anybody else feel this way? It's like from the start of the school year all the way up for the whole first semester, my guided reading block is interrupted so many times for one thing after another. This year's been no difference. I thought it would be a little bit of a difference this year, but it seems like it's one thing after another. I might see my kids like 2 days in a row and then there's an interruption during guided reading block, and then I might see them one more day and then we have an event happen at school, and then the next week. It's just been a back and forth all year. And I feel like it happens every year, and then we come back from break and suddenly we're like, our routines are in order, the kids are more mature, things flow, and I'm able to really get to the nitty-gritty of guided reading. But I have always felt every year, no matter what school I'm in, from middle of September until Christmas break, I might have 1 week total of uninterrupted guided reading. And then next week it's hit and miss. And that's frustrating because I want to see them. Oh, let me show you what else I did. Plan. Let me get your opinion. And please leave me a comment down below if you're having the same issue. Normally I have 4 reading groups. I have my low babies. I have like 2 groups that are sort of in the middle, and then I have a high group. And I can usually divide my kids, even if they're on the higher side. Like let's say they're an H and I have a group that's G's. I'll put the H with the G's. Instead of bumping them up, I'll keep them kind of closer to it. And usually I can have 4 groups. Even on the years that I've had 22, 23, 24 kids, I still would have a group of 6. And I would try to kind of fit them where I could get them. Because it was more important that I met with every single student every single day. And then I could kind of challenge them if I needed to in little spurts and things and throughout the day. This year, y'all, I have a group that's not reading at all. They don't even know their letters still. And that's still what we work on every single week, and they still can't remember them. So there's some things going on there. I have a group that has finally gotten into books. They're reading on about a B. That was my second to lowest group. Now they're reading on a B. I have a group that's reading on about a D. I have a group, 2 kids that are reading on I's. I have 3 kids that are reading on like N. And then I have a group that's reading like an H. I don't want to put the H with the I's because the things that they need are completely different. So that's 6 groups. Normally, by the time we start centers, I can get 2 groups in. My goal after Christmas is to get 3 a day. But I need to meet with those low kids every single day. I don't know how to do it. I have come up with like schedules and gone back over it, and it just never, I feel like I have really good intentions to get it done. I'll show you my schedule that I created if I can find which notebook I put it in. So this is my color-coded schedule. Can y'all see that? So where I was almost meeting with my red group almost every day, my yellow group 3 times a week because they were my second to neediest, and then my other groups. If you guys have any other ideas, so that was my plan that I created. But that means I have to get to 3 groups a day, and I'm lucky if I can get the 2 groups in. And this is if I start at 9:20, which is always the goal, to start at 9:20. But when my kids don't come in the classroom until 8:45, and then we have morning news, and then you have your morning messages and your chit chat and stuff. I don't get started a lot of times until 9:05. It gives me 15 minutes for a reading lesson. That's not enough. I thought, Alexa off. I thought maybe I could do like a group first thing in the morning, but my kids are never consistent. It's never the same ones. They don't always get here at the same time. So let me know how you're doing. I've never had this many groups to have to shuffle around and deal with it. I'm perplexed. That was my lunch timer. I gotta go get my kids. I'll check in with you after school. Let's start over. Hi guys. So it's Friday. It's actually Friday lunchtime. It was crazy busy. I was tutoring yesterday after school to sub for one of the other tutors. I think I told you that. And I just got caught up trying to catch up because we had a meeting after school yesterday. I just didn't get a chance to kind of reach back and connect with you. And now it's Friday at lunch. So I'm finally sitting down. I had a meeting during my break time today, this morning, when my kids were in art. So I'm finally sitting down, and I thought I would show you some of what's coming up next week, because I'm going to start making some copies. And y'all, one more week. Is anybody else's kids like crazy? It is. It feels like we should be leaving for Christmas break right now. And it always feels a little bit chaotic right before Christmas because the kids are so excited. And, you know, it's an odd year anyway, so I expected them to be off the wall, but wow. It's been a crazy couple days. Even one of my students that's normally, I normally don't have any kind of problems, has been chatty this week. So I'm going to flip you around. I'm going to show you what I'm looking at for next week, because next week we're going to continue doing informational stuff and doing holidays around the world, at least for like Monday, Tuesday, and probably Wednesday. And then Thursday, we're going to do Grinch Day. Make it fun. That's also our party day here. And I'll talk to you about that. And then Friday is Polar Express Day. So let me spin you around. Let me show you what is coming up, what I'm thinking about, and just check back with you. Amount of time, so I'm going to try to go through this pretty quick. These are our little holidays around the world folders. That is one of my students that, I mean, you can tell, doesn't everybody have a student that just kind of does that? So this is what they look like. I'm going to try to make sure I don't show names. And then we are doing some writing. So you can see we're trying to write 2 sentences together. So, I mean, obviously this little student, he copied off of me. So you can see that's where we're at. And then on the other side, they get to color different things that represent that country. So I give them about 10 minutes to do that after we finish writing. So we've gotten through Brazil and Germany. We didn't do Australia. I just forgot to copy it, so I'm not going to mess with going back and doing it. Today we're going to do Christmas in Italy. So that's that. So I wanted to show you some of the things that I've done in the past in case you need some ideas for your Christmas time. So in the past, I've done this writing piece, Christmas is a joyful time of year. First, next, last, and then we come up with a closing sentence together. So this was always our plan. I just copied it, or I would have them copy it in their notebooks. I probably won't have time to do that this year. This came from a wonderful mentor teacher that I had my first, second year teaching. They would color this. She always took the kids' pictures and put their pictures here, and then they would actually do their neat sheet here. If we have time next week, we'll do that. We'd spend a lot of time writing the week of Christmas, so the week before Christmas, we do lots of writing things. So this is our Santa that we do. I will try to find this. I think this is Deanna Jump, if I remember correctly, because I think that's her artwork. But they do that. Dear Santa, and they have to come up with reasons. I'll show you them. I know this is Deanna Jump, but this is more like kindergarten-ish. So we were going to do that. This is one of the holidays around the world packets. I don't even know if I could find this now. I don't think I have it, but it's one that I used to do. It was just, it takes a lot of copying, and I just didn't want to do that this year. So, and those were the countries that I used to do. So that's the Santa pieces. Yeah, that's the Santa pieces. And then I have other Santas from other units. Hold on a second. It's a different Santa piece. Sorry, I wanted to try to find it, but I couldn't find it. So this is a different Santa thing. This is also from Deanna Jumps. I will link this one below in the description down below. But this is his thing. And then his little face goes behind his beard. And then his Santa suit. And then his hat, and then it goes with this little poem. And then there's some writing pieces in here for, like, where is it at? For kindergarten, so they can write about being a busy little elf and what jobs elves have. So I thought I would give you a few ideas. So that's that one. And I will link Deanna Jump's packet down below. I've done this one before with my kindergartners. Presents and gifts can make us boast, but family is what matters most. And then they do their family stuff. So, oh, that's a good one. I forgot I had this one. See, I need to go through this stuff. So I have a ton of like little pages. This is from the Polar Express. And then this is my Grinch stuff. I don't even know where my Grinch stuff came from. So I will link all of my packets that I have down below. I just want to make copies and get stuff done. Let me show you the writing that we're going to start here in a little bit is this. So they're going to name of the toy that they want, or name of the item that they want, and then 3 reasons. And then you can differentiate this. So like my higher kids will do 3 reasons. My low babies will just give me 1 reason why they want it. And then if I have a couple students, and I don't really think I do, that might be able to give me 2 reasons. So we're going to get started on this today when we get back from lunch. And then we'll write a letter to Santa on Monday. So yeah, let me flip you back around. You'll see my clock. I have 1 minute. So, I'm sorry I'm flying through this stuff. I'm just trying to get stuff pulled together and copied. Y'all, I'm having like a major desire to clean out. I'm feeling very cluttered. I'm about to have 22 students in here. When I started my year and I was just kind of piling stuff underneath tables and in areas, I was thinking 10 kids. 12 kids maybe, especially with all the changes that went on. And if you've been watching my videos from the very beginning, you know that I started with all of my kids online, and then we started class and we had like 13, and then it's been back and forth. It's been back and forth for the last 3 months. Like I would have 12 and then I'd go up to 17, and then they would dismantle our classes again, and then we'd go back down to 12 or 13, and then we'd get it 1 more. And it's been like so crazy this year. Now I have 22, and I probably will stay at 22. Look at me saying that, and then it'll change. But I know 1 is coming back either next week or right after Christmas break. So I have so much stuff jam-packed in this room just from a normal year where everything is organized and the kids can sit 6 to a table. Oh, sorry. If the kids are sitting 6 to a table, it's not a big deal because I have 3 table sets, and 3 table sets with 6 at it, that's 18 right there. Plus I have a group. So it's never been a big deal to have that many kids, but this year with us having to spread them out, I'm only fitting 3 at a table because they're about 2.5 feet apart. They're actually a little bit more than 2.5 feet apart, almost 3 feet apart at these tables. And so I have 4 kids that sit on our carpet and it's like a zigzag pattern. And then I have plexiglass dividers, and then I have desks that are kind of pulled off to the side. So I'm feeling very claustrophobic all of a sudden, like with so much stuff. So I spent the other day, there's a class outside. I'm trying to make sure I don't show children. This area over here underneath where my computers sit, I don't know if y'all can see that. I'm trying not to show the kids outside. Alexa, off. That's my timer for lunch, so let me talk quick. I cleaned that whole area out. Let me see if the kids are gone. No, the kids are still there. So I cleaned all this out. So there's only a couple bins underneath there now, and I got rid of a whole bunch of stuff. I'm trying to clean up this row of stuff. These are our stem bags that are all individualized. I was thinking about putting hooks up here, and then that way I can get that bin off the floor and just put the hooks. But this area up here is driving me crazy, y'all, and I don't really know what I can do with it. This is our science kits, our mandatory science kits that have to stay in here. This is like tools and extra stuff. This is tools and extra stuff. I cannot combine those two. I might could get rid of that one, and actually that's not true. I could combine those two. And then this is a giant bin of pencils. And then these are extra bins that, you know, you buy but you don't want to get rid of. They're good bins, but I don't want to get rid of them. This is science stuff and math stuff, and this one's math. But this is all science and math, all right here. I don't know what to do with it other than putting it in pretty bins, but if I put it in pretty bins, It's just more bins. I don't know. My cabinet, this art cabinet's gotten really clustered. I don't have it organized anymore. I mean, does anybody else feel this way, or is it just me? I feel like as the year's gone on and I've gotten more students, I've shoved more stuff in random places just to make space for them. And I don't know what to do because I'm feeling very claustrophobic. Y'all leave me some suggestions in the description down below, comments. Because my next job is to tackle my teacher area. I want to tackle that area, which I have downsized a lot of that, but I got to go pick up my kids and I will check back in with you after school. Hi guys, so it's the end of the day. I'm getting ready, packing up. I just wanted to show you, I'll flip you around and show you, that's our gingerbread house, our gingerbread town, I should say. And then earlier I was talking about this little area back here. That's the area I cleaned out. So before I had from this all the way down stacked with bins and crates and those things. So I'm gonna see if anybody in the school wants them. They're just a bunch of bins. So I'm just working on this. Those over there I got from Michael's. Those right there and then underneath. And with the intention, I don't know if you guys remember, of me using them right here, which it didn't work because they were too big. And then I thought, well, I'll just hold on to them because I can use them for all of my centers. But the bins that I have for centers are working out fine, and I haven't been making too many extra. Those bins up there have been working fine. I don't remember where I got these labels from. You'll see those. So those are the months. And I don't remember where I got those from. I wish I'd printed them in color, but they'll work for right now. I would like to get those off of there and put them up there and organize that area a little bit and put those books in one of my cabinets way across the room. But that's a project for another day because I think I'm going to have my husband come back up here and reset up these computers because they told me they can't remove them. So I'm going to have him reset those up, at least 2 more of them. And then I can put a couple more chairs over here for when students are forgetting their iPads, which they have been doing a lot lately. So I'll probably have him come up and do that one day next week. I think we get to stay a little bit later one day next week. So I want to tackle this mess right here. This is bulletin board stuff, most of which I don't really use anymore because we kind of create our own, so we don't really use all of the pre-done stuff, but I'm just having a hard time letting go of it. It's like stuff that I bought my first, second, third year of teaching when, you know, we would have to just decorate a bulletin board just to decorate it before Pinterest and all that. Gosh, that was like 2004, 2005. Yeah, and maybe even before that, I might have bought some stuff before that. I don't know. I'm just having a hard time letting go of it. So I'm going to flip you around. I'm going to show you our gingerbread town because we completed it last week, but it's been kind of up here against our sound wall all week. And I just switched all of my student seats, so I just sprayed in here to disinfect, and it's really, really strong. So I want to get out of here today. So I'm going to flip you around, show you a few things, and then I'll sign off, and I'll see you guys next week. Okay, so this is our gingerbread town. It's kind of driving me a little bit crazy because it's like brown on brown on brown, but I did want to display it for the students so they could see. So I just went in and I put the roads. Everything else they did. So they designed their own gingerbread house. We watched how to make a gingerbread house. So they did that for one of our little fun things that we did. And then I gave them an earth structure, like a tree, or this is a, right there, that's the hill. This is supposed to be a stream going through the town. This is a river right here, the end of a river, I said. And I've got a bunch of trees, a bunch of bushes, trees. I had a couple kids do some cars driving down the road just for something extra, a bunch of trees. I thought it turned out pretty cute. To say that we kind of throw it together in half of an afternoon. I thought it turned out pretty cute. And then their little gingerbread men are just around it. Those are just our Fun Friday projects. They got to do their little gingerbread men for Fun Friday. So yeah, it kind of turned out cute. Okay, so that's our little gingerbread town. Next week we're going to continue our holidays around the world. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thursday is Grinch Day. Our school is doing like dress up days every day next week, so the kids don't have to wear uniforms. As we are a uniform school, but next week is going to be kind of a fun week. So I'm looking forward to finding stuff for my boys to wear if they're going to participate. And then we have, you know, class holiday parties and stuff like that, which we're doing holiday parties very different this year, but at least we still get to do them. We have to have, it's kind of like a smaller celebration. We're going to play games and stuff, but they can't do any, obviously, movement around the classrooms. And as far as snacks, snack time is either outside or very short. Like, so if we do a quick snack, like a Christmas tree cupcake, or a small bag of chips, that sort of thing. If it's going to be like a full-on party, then we have to do it outside. So, but it's supposed to be pretty cold on the day that we're doing it. So I don't think I'm going to do it outside. I don't want to take the kids outside and have them shivering. So we'll probably just do like little snack, and then just do a bunch of games and coloring and all kinds of stuff for the party. It'll be different this year. In years past, I have Christmas centers where they rotate to. So I have a cookie decorating station and a card making station. And then I have a Christmas pin the tail on Rudolph that they do, and a beanbag toss. And I used to have Christmas twister, but it got torn up. So then a couple years ago I did Christmas bingo, which we can still do Christmas bingo. So we'll do that, but it'll be, instead of using paper things, I'm going to use things that I can put in a tub and wash when we're done. So it's going to be quite different this year. I think we can still do card making. That shouldn't be a problem. But what are you guys doing? What do you have on the plans for your holiday parties? Do you get to have holiday parties? You know, what's going on for you? When is your last day before break? Ours is next Friday before break, and next week is going to be a very busy week. My daughter's got cheer games, and then she's flying to see her dad. So very busy week. So yeah, I'm working on decluttering. If you guys have any ideas for the bulletin board sets, let me know what you do. I have tried those big bulletin board boxes. Please don't recommend those. I hate those. They fall apart. Plus I have nowhere to store it, a big giant bulletin board box. And I'm just having a hard time letting go, but I probably need to. So yeah, that's my week. Thank you guys for watching this video. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share so that my videos can reach more teachers. And I will see you guys next week. Happy holidays. Bye.